Oh, welcome inside Flames TV Live. And normally we don't spend time with the general manager an hour before a puck drop, but special circumstances call for a special interview. Brad Treliving stops in, and Brad just completed a trade with the Seattle Kraken, bringing in Jarnkrok, three draft picks headed the other way. Maybe just first of all, take us through the opportunity here to acquire a player like Callie, and obviously some experience there, knowing that there's some relation into Elias Lindholm, so some familiarity. But what about the player? What are you getting here from Callie?
Well, he's a player that we've had a lot of interest for a long time. You hear the term two-position player. He's a three-position player. He can play all three forward positions. Came up, as a young guy, really as a natural center, and has played a lot of wing, right shot. Can touch both sides of specialty teams. Can go up and down a lineup, and really fits our DNA as a guy who's ultra competitive, smart player, and a real I think he's underrated offensively, but his DNA is he's a very good defensive player, and he brings a defensive, conscious to any line that he plays with. To me, he's a fixer. He's a defensive fixer for a line that can chip in offensively. So we think he can touch a bunch of different parts of a game. It gives us more depth. And like I said, we like the player, so excited to add him.
When you mentioned three positions, you see him right away as a centerman, fitting in, or is that something you can look at here over time now?
I'll let Daryl and the guys in that room figure that part out. We've talked a lot. Obviously Daryl and I talked a lot over the course of the last few weeks. So we'll see. I think the strength of our group here is you've got people that you can move around. Yeah. And so you never know where chemistry or that sort of stuff will come. So I think that'll play itself out over time. But certainly, he's comfortable, anywhere up front, and that was a big draw.
When you say fixer, I immediately think of a guy like Elias Lindholm, obviously his cousin. Are there some similarities in terms of the game there, just in those elements of it?
Yeah, both smart players. Yeah, really good smart players and real reliable players. And play it at both ends of the ice. Callie coming up as a young player when he was drafted was was drafted because of the offense that he provided, and has really grown his game no different than Lindy as being a real reliable player. And when you have guys that are first over the boards in PK situations, that speaks to me, how you think the game, how competitive you are, how reliable you are. So, there's some similarities. Obviously, he's from the same hometown as both Lindy and Markey. So a strong relationship with those two guys, and like I said, I think it'll be a real good fit.
We talked about this with Tyler. Does familiarity help a little bit in terms of the adjustment into the lineup too, the locker room? Obviously Tyler had experience with a number of guys, coaching staff as well. As we now get closer to this deadline, help a guy adjust in and get familiar with this group now.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, Brendan. I think it's important, right? And it doesn't always work that way, and you don't necessarily go after people just because they know people in your room. But we think it's a benefit. You look at any walk of life. If you're going into a new job, you're walking into an office, you feel more comfortable if you know a couple of people in the cubicles rather than walking in cold and having to have the "my name is" sticker on your shirt. Yeah. So I think that's that plays a role. It's going to help him fit in a little quicker. He's got a wife and 3 kids, and he'll get over here tomorrow and just he already knows he's got a place to stay with Lindy. So I think it hopefully makes the transition smoother.
A couple of days now away from obviously Monday's trade deadline. We see some activity around the National Hockey League here today as well. Is that a sign of things picking up? Is that just one of the circumstances and that being what it was, or what do you expect here over the next few days?
Yeah, I said the other day, I think you're going to see transactions now between now and Monday. You never know when they're going to happen, right? Sure. And we'd been working on this for a while. You don't know when a deal is going to get consummated, and we were able to do it today. We'll keep poking around and see where it gets to. But I certainly, you as you said, there was a couple today, and I think you'll continue to see that over the course of the day till we get till 1 o'clock on Monday.
In the meantime, the Sweden stockpile continues here in Calgary. Yeah. Keep adding to the total.
IKEA. You got to go to IKEA.
That's right. It's the place to go right here in Calgary. Thanks for the time, Brad. Appreciate it, and all the best tonight and as leading up to the deadline.
Thanks, Parks.
Brad Treliving here joining us on Flames TV Live, and we'll have more. We'll hopefully hear from Jarnkrok in the coming future as well.